Greetings. The following remarks are my beliefs and my beliefs only, and do not represent the views of the St. Louis Art Museum. My name is Michael Blanford. I am a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and the immediate past president of the Epsilon Lambda chapter. I bring greetings on behalf of Alpha Phi Alpha, the oldest intercollegiate Black Greek letter fraternity founded on the campus of Cornell University in Ithaca, New York on December 4th, 1906. The Epsilon Lambda chapter, chartered on December 3rd, 1919, has served the St. Louis community for over 100 years. Epsilon Lambda has partnered with the St. Louis Art Museum for over a decade to celebrate the life of key social activist and civil rights leader, our dear fraternity brother, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. On August 28, 1963, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech to an audience of over 250,000 civil rights supporters. One of the most quoted lines from Dr. King's speech is, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." My question to you is, how far along are we as a nation in seeing Dr. King's dream come to fruition? Before you answer that question, I'd like to interject some facts for comparison. The Emancipation Proclamation, a presidential executive order which declared slaves free, was signed 100 years prior to Dr. King delivering his speech. The 14th Amendment, which gave Black people protection under the law, and the 15th Amendment, which granted Black men the right to vote, were passed shortly after. In 1941, President Roosevelt issued an executive order opening national defense jobs and other government jobs to all Americans, regardless of race, creed, color, or national origin. In 1948, President Truman issued an executive order to end discrimination in the military, and segregation in public schools became illegal in 1954 via Brown versus Board of Education. Although all of these executive orders and laws were implemented several years before Dr. King's famous speech was delivered, segregation still existed, and Black Americans continued being treated as second-class citizens in employment, education, and overall standard of living. Racial discrimination was still obvious. Fast forward to today, almost 60 years after Dr. King's speech. Although it may not be as blatant and overt, do we live in a nation where we are not judged by the color of our skin? Are we as a people as invested in equal opportunity as Dr. King would expect us to be? In reality, we have barely budged from where we were then. Legally, Black families can live wherever they want to, but can they afford to? Since 1963, the Black poverty rate has increased by approximately 9% and is almost 3 times that of white Americans. Are Blacks free to traverse any area without repercussion? Looking at recent incidents, I will freely say no. The rate at which Black Americans are killed by police is more than twice the rate for white Americans. Examples are recent cases like Tamir Rice, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, among others who have died at the hands of those paid to protect and serve us, and none of whom had a weapon. These don't include incidents like Trayvon Martin and Ahmaud Arbery, who were killed by a citizen, in my opinion, simply because of the color of their skin and their perception of who should or should not be in their neighborhood. In my view, we are slowly transitioning into a narcissistic society where our only concern is, look at me and what I have. I'm doing better than you. Dr. King envisioned a better nation for the future of us all, ultimately planting the seeds for a better life for his children and generations to come. If Dr. King were here today, I imagine his message to us would be, our job is not done. We have only breached the surface. Racial equality is the last frontier in our country reaching its full potential. But it will not be accomplished without us all working together to uplift our community. And success begins first with us. As I close, I ask that you think about how you can make an impact in the community as a whole. Educate yourselves and each other. mentor our youth, support a Black business, stay knowledgeable and involved in legislative decisions in your local community and abroad, register to vote, and show up to the polls. Let's continue the work and bring to fruition Dr. King's dream of a nation where individuals are not judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character.